Hey folks, how you doing? I guess you're kind of wondering why I was using the Flipside intro. That's because, well, OBS kind of took a dump on itself and everything just went to crap, and I had like 10 minutes to reset up everything in StreamYard, and I didn't have a real reason, intro reel, because I do that differently in OBS. So that's why I did that. So, hey, how you doing, guys? Good to see y'all. Sorry about the camera, the green screen, and StreamYards does not handle that very well, I'm sorry to say. So we'll just have to make do. But I hope everybody's got their cup of reason. Woohoo! So here we are. Sorry I had to miss last week. Some stuff came up that I had to take care of, and I really wasn't feeling all that well. So, but I'm back this week. Don't know if I'm going to go the whole hour and a half, but I'm going to try. In the meantime, it's just good to see y'all. And yeah. Ooh, that's hot. Ooh. So how's everybody been? I hope everybody's been good. Let's see who we got with us here today. We got Peter with us. Hey, Peter, how you doing, man? Carl Edwards, always good to see you, my friend. And we've got Demon Orm. Hello, Demon. How you doing? And who else have we got? Mr. Nimrod, who's now Dr. Unsensible. Yeah, well, you know. Hope, say hello to the Candy Queen for me. Appreciate that. And let's see what else. Yeah, that's right, Peter. Let's just see how we go, eh? I didn't really have much time to prepare. I've got quite a bit going on at work, so I've been spending much of my weekend just preparing for delivering some workshops to some newbie teachers in the company, newbie teachers to the career. So I guess it's time for the trot out the old farts like me and teach them a thing or two. So I'll be doing that for the next while. So I had quite a bit to prepare for that, but I did want to take some time out and make sure I managed to get a stream going today, just to get you guys caught up. Did everybody catch the premiere of The Pain of Progress? How did you like it? What did you think? Hope you all enjoyed it. The next one, I'm not sure if I'm going to be premiering episode 2 next week or the week after. Probably going to be the week after. I'm going to do it bi-weekly. That'll give me a little bit more time to get the subsequent episodes done and in the can and ready to go, so I can kind of stay ahead of things. But that's the way it's going so far. But hopefully you all enjoyed that. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. Dr. Unsensible. Brilliant. Well, thank you, sir. I'm glad you enjoyed that. Yes, that's right. Exactly right. That's just about what I'm doing. Not far off, Peter. Not far off. But it's not just training the trainers. It's, well, I guess you could say, yeah. Exactly. So, awesome. Yeah. Well, thank you. Thank you. So, yeah, as you all know, Krafty is going to be out of it for a little while. She is doing okay as far as I know, and she's just taking care of mommy stuff. But I'm sure that she'll be back soon. So when she's back, like I said the last time I spoke to you guys, the Flipside will be back here, and I'll move this stream back to its regular Saturday night, my Saturday night, your Saturday mornings for most of you. So, yeah, let's see. That's right, Carl. I'm sorry to say, no floggings today. Nope. Haven't got the manpower. So yeah, it's prepare. What does that mean? That means to be ready, to have everything you need before you begin so that you can begin. Does that make sense? Because it doesn't to me. Most of what I do in these workshops comes from here anyway. I've been doing it for so long, but there are things I do need to prepare just to make sure that I've got things to use as examples and such. You know, it's it's the way it goes. God, I hate the way StreamYard deals with green screens. Ooh, not very nice. That explains why I never do it then. Okay, well, yeah. When you've been doing it for as long as I have, there's really very little that doesn't come from here. You know, it's not like I have to do a whole lot of research in that because I've been doing it for so long. But there are new things, a few things here and there that I do need to kind of research and get kind of boned up on. You know, because I don't do some of those things all the time. So yeah, okay, yeah. So it's been a an interesting few weeks, I guess. Hey, Sable Eagle. Hey, how you doing, Sable? Good to see you, my friend. Always nice of you to come by. Let's see. Got the usual crowd. I don't know how many people are going to show up tonight, though. Hopefully, a few more will straggle in. I haven't got a whole lot to talk about, though, except for just to kind of be here and chit chat. So, if there's anything that you guys want to talk about, then by all means, tag me in the chat and we'll talk about it. We'll bring it up. Carl, nothing to apologize for. The fact that we are here with you is all. Yeah, well, thank you very much, Carl. I appreciate that. I really do. I do. Um, I do feel bad at times when I um, can't really stream or just get too busy and things like that. It's annoying, but I'd like to get back on a regular schedule again. I just been pushing really hard to get at least the first few episodes of the Pain of Progress ready, so I could at least launch that beginning of this month as I promised. And there it is. It's in the works. Um, let's see. Good things in the works. Flowers, kids, and pets. No pets, no kids, and flowers. Well, they're always flowers everywhere around here. Not really very much to talk about, but and yeah, they usually do have flower uh, displays of one kind or another all over town. It's you never really know where they're going to come or go, you know. So okay, what are you up to there, Nimrod? Sable Evil used duct tape. Oh, Sable, what are you doing? Let's see. Let's find good news. I got maps of New York's moors, so I can go and make videos up there without having to memorize the routes. Okay, well that's cool. And bad news, the boots I've been wearing keep my trousers out of the chain of and the brambles and the wild roses out of my ankles. They fell apart. Well, fix them. Get new ones. That's everybody. Let's get some new chains or new boots for Sable. Cool. Yeah. So yeah, I don't know. I don't really have a whole lot to go on. Let's see. What was the couple of? Hey, hey. Hello, your pal Al. Good to see you, my friend. Good to see you, buddy. Blue Feather's here. Hello, Blue Feather. Nice to have you here. Aloha Ohana. What is Aloha Ohana? I've never heard that before. I know the Aloha part, but the Ohana part, I don't know. You got me. I'm confused. Let's see. New trainers and some of those steel shin guards Roman legionnaires used to wear. Ooh, that's cool. Hey, that's cool. Yeah. Some of those tracks are overgrown in spiky ways. Ooh, yeah. Those look like they'd be really great for um, cycling for mountain biking and cycling in the bush. You know that kind of thing. Good support or good protection. Out of that, maybe we can send an email to the plot hole, ask him to send you some freaking chaps like cowboys wear. That'd be cool. Let's see. Oh, Ohana means family, and family means no one left behind, right? That's right. Good job. Yeah, cool. Okay, well, I'll have to remember that. Ohana, aloha ohana is Hawaiian for hello family. Yeah, hello family. Cool. Awesome. Let's see. Could be a good idea in rattlesnake country too. Yeah. Rattle, rattle, clang. Oh, you're a card. You really are. Professor Phil Bill is with us. Hello, Professor. Um, VNUHMC or Vietnam University of Ho Chi Minh City. I don't know very much about it, but I might know some people who do. So let me find out what I can, and I'll DM that to you in Discord as soon as I got information. I think there's a couple of teachers at the office that spent some time there. Um, I'll check with them tomorrow, and when I get to the office and see what I can find out. It's a University of Science, yeah. Uh, okay, let me see if I can get a contact for you or get some information on how you might be able to do that. I'll look into it for you for sure. Absolutely. Oh, okay. Let's see. I'm not a great person, just helpful. Or at least I try to be. You know, people. I'm here, so I might as well do some of the legwork. You know, since I'm on site, I can probably travel to that university and find out more if I have to. But I think there's a few people in my office that have spent some time there, so they can probably tell me what I need to know. So I'll look into it for sure. Absolutely. Um, Guten Morgen, everyone. Hello, Chris. How you doing, my friend? Always good to see you. Glad you could make it. Not going to be too long today. As I said, I don't have a whole lot to talk about. It's just kind of I just wanted to catch up with everybody, see how everyone's doing. Let's see. Let's see. I can say it in Cherokee. Oshiyo Shidanele. Okay, I probably messed that up severely, but that's cool. Let's see. Yeah. Um, by the way, Professor Bell, if you have something in particular that you're looking in for information on, just send me a message in Discord. Okay, so I'll know what questions to ask and what information to dig up. Okay, definitely be worth my time to do that for you. Um, Ground level opinion before we actually talk to the university. So it'd be great to hear from your colleagues. Okay, well let me see what I can do. Let me see what I can do. Um, I'll do what I can. Absolutely. Always, always ready to help out. Don't worry about that. Okay, so I guess you guys are wondering about the background. Let me just kind of move out of the way. There we go. That's the picture of the week. It's Independence Palace. That's where the presidential residence, uh, before unification, during the war. So there was a president of South Vietnam, and now they do tours through there and everything. They show you all the different rooms and where things happened during that time. So yeah, quite a popular attraction in the city here. So for those of you ever wondered, and ever wondering what to do if you may happen to make it here, that's one possible place to visit. Um, can't really get in there with a camera, otherwise I'd take some video and go take one of the tours. But cameras are not allowed. So, um, yeah. Yeah. So when it comes to the actual the pain of progress, just to get back to that, I did have a couple of questions I'd like you guys to kind of tell me about. First of all, the format, the preamble, then the intro, then the main content, then my bit at the end. How do you like that? Does that work out for you guys, or do you like it better the way I did it before? I'd be interested in knowing that for sure. Um, well, kind of, kind of. It's a lot of the older generation that still call it Saigon, which was its original name before it was renamed. And really, Saigon is or what was Saigon is now the central part of the city, because the city is like kind of taken up or incorporated all of the neighborhoods and villages around it. So it's a much bigger city now, the Ho Chi Minh City. But Saigon is now what we call District 1. It's the main central portion of the city, which is the original part of the city. But you still hear a lot of people use Saigon, marketing and things like that. You still hear it a lot. You still hear it a lot, but mostly it's the older generation that actually prefer to call it Saigon, and that's getting less and less and less. It's just Ho Chi Minh City. It's been that way for a long time now. Zebulon, hello Zebulon, good to see you. Good to see you. Did the Earth? Yeah, right. Uh-huh. We I think we have some medication for that. Oh yeah, there you go. Consider yourself fired. Fired. Nemrod. It's a flat sphere. A flat spheroid? Yeah, I think you mean spheroid. Nimrod, you drinking again? Oh my god. Yeah, those flurfies, they drive me insane, man. I just how do you argue with somebody who just the only thing they're capable of is nuh-uh, nuh-uh. I don't understand. I'm too stupid, so it must be flat. Everything else is fake. It's a lie. It's a conspiracy to hide the truth. Hmm. Let's see. Yeah, the medicine is arsenic. See, careful, Zebulon. You don't want to get the medicine. You really don't. It's a flat spheroid. There you go. You got it. I was just pulling your leg. I wasn't really. You know what I mean. Man. And the thing is, the terrible part about them is no matter how long, I mean, we've been debunking those idiots for how many years now? God, 8 years, 10 years? And every year, new ones come out. Where they're coming from, I don't know. They're cropping out of the woodwork. You know, it just, they just don't want to let go of their fantasy. That's it. They just don't want to do it. Fat fingers on a touchscreen. Oh man, I feel your pain. I feel your pain. Trust me. Nothing with these thumbs. I mean, get on those little keys on a smartphone. Forget it, man. I'm typoing everything. Let's see. Pain of Progress was great, but I never even considered the format. I like the content. You could probably present it as a puppet show. And well, thanks, Chris. I appreciate that. Although I don't know if I had the time or money to invest in puppetry. Although you're right, probably could do it if I wanted to. But but thanks, man. I'm glad you liked it. I really do. Nimrod says they're like endomorphs from Alien. Yeah, crazy, man. Yeah, blue feather. Arrgh! Oh my god. Your pal Al says Nimrod's fingers need to go on a diet. Well, I'd like to see how you do that. That would be interesting if you could make that happen. Sable Eagle, what do you got? Ooh, Emma Thorne does puppetry, and she has a lovely voice to go with a lovely face. Cool. Well, that's awesome. I don't know. I don't know if I want to turn Pain of Progress into a puppet show. I don't think it would work. I mean, I could do it, but I don't think it would work. You know. So. Yeah. So, anyways, next week, the next Pain of Progress will be in 2 weeks. Not this week, but the following week. So every 2 weeks there will be a new episode. That'll give me time to get each subsequent one done and in the can. I'm good for the next two, and I'm working on the one following that. So, man, it's a struggle. It's a lot of work, but if I'm just hoping I can keep ahead of it. You know. Oh, Nimrod. You don't say. I bet you there's a few other things you just can't do. Let's see. Flat Earth has nothing to do with facts. It's only about feelings and wanting to feel special inside, having squandered their opportunity to get an education. You're absolutely right. You are absolutely right. They messed up. They squandered the one chance they had to learn something useful, and it left them behind the curve in every way. And as their friends and acquaintances moved on to better themselves in university and get high level careers and probably became scientists that they complain about, they feel kind of left out. I think, yeah, it's really I can't get my head around it. I can't get my head around it. I just well, thank you, Carl. I appreciate that. Yeah, and yes, you're right. It is hard work, and I wish the same. But we'll just have to see how Series 5 goes and make some decisions after that. So, but yeah, it is hard work, but I do appreciate the fact that you enjoy it. So, Yeah, yeah, cat. Let's see. Um, Flat Earth is all about failing to grasp the concepts and then making a noise to hide your feelings. Well, that's kind of what it is. That's kind of what it is. The way I see it, it's the world has advanced to the point where they cannot understand what's going on anymore. Uh, the advances in technology and the advances in scientific discovery are happening so fast now they can't keep up. And I think it's a matter of when they're in a social setting and people talk about what's going on in science and technology and the cool discoveries. These are topics that people have for just daily conversation in their breaks, on their lunch, in the office, at work, at school. Uh, and they feel kind of left out because they can't understand it. They can't get their head around it. It's just, it's beyond them. They never bothered to educate themselves to keep up with the changing times. And they feel left out, or they're embarrassed that they're too damn ignorant to have anything meaningful to add to the conversation. So they find this group of people just like them who found this stupid fantasy uh, that makes them feel like they're part of something special, as Phil Bell said, and they just spend the rest of their lives yelling and screaming and going on about this fantasy world, and just saying no to everything else, and making themselves feel special, like they have some secret knowledge that no one else has. And they fail to realize that it's knowledge no one else has because it's knowledge no one else wants. And it's knowledge that does not exist. It's bullshit. It's absolute crap. And everybody but them knows it. But they don't want to admit it to themselves. They don't want to admit what unbelievable fools they are being. So, no matter what we say to prove them wrong, it always ends the same way. Nuh-uh, I'm right, I'm special, I know the truth. All of your shit is fake. All of your shit is lies. That's all you ever get. It's like trying to teach particle physics to a canary. Just never going to happen. The canary just doesn't have the intellectual wherewithal to comprehend. And that's where they are. They have become the canaries of human society, and they just don't have the intellectual wherewithal to keep up. So, all this debunking and effort that we put into it is almost a pointless waste of effort and time, because you'll never get through to them. They don't want to be gotten through to. They want to hold fast to a little fantasy that makes them feel special and just never let it go for fear that they'll die lost and forgotten, which is exactly what's going to happen. Sorry, but that's the way I see it. And I'm done wasting my time with it. You know? Yeah, that's exactly what they do. They create answers for questions that just don't need to be asked or shouldn't be asked because only an idiot would think of it. You know, that's exactly what it is. First rule of being smart: know that you are wrong. Oh, absolutely. I couldn't agree more. I think one of the greatest gifts that we have, especially as educated people, is the fact that we can recognize when we don't know what we need to know and what we need to learn. And that's something that I try and instill in my students. Don't ever get complacent, think you know everything, because you don't. There's always going to be something new that you'll need to know or learn. So keep the mind open, keep the possibilities uh, available. Never stop learning. You know, that's how society advances. Yeah, you're right, Carl. We are doomed. Oh no, we are doomed. It's like flat earthers are an entire community of Donald Trumps. Durr. You know, let's all drink some chlorine. Oh man, what an idiot. Um, let's see. Good bit of them are just conmen. Well, the really uh, the big ones, globebusters. That's Bob Nodell or Bobby Noodles. We got Jism or Jeranism. We've got Nathan Oakley. Okay, these big movers or big flat earthers, they know better. You know they know better, but they see a chance to find all of these weak, feeble-minded fools that they can just hook in and make money off of. And until that stops, they're not going to stop. You know? Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Let's see. I know everything that I know. There's a lot I don't know, but I try to learn. And that's the way it should be. That's the way it should be for everybody. There's always going to be something you come across you don't know. You'll need to learn, and unless you're willing to do that, you're going to be stuck in the past. You're going to be left behind. Um, let's see. Bleach tastes lovely on a hot summer's day with tonic and lime. No, wait, I meant gin. Yeah, well, let's see. Please come up to me. Or people come up to me all the time. They tell me all the time, intelligent people, they tell me a man came up to me the other day, a senior officer in the Air Force. He said to me, Bev, you're great. Oh, bullshit. Yeah, right. You know what? I'd like to find a single honest pilot who's a flat earther. Because I swear to God, if there is any commercial pilots out there who openly admit and believe the earth is flat, I guarantee you the airline would be turfing them. Their license would get pulled. That'd be the last time they ever fly anything. You know what I'm saying? Because that kind of thinking for someone who relies on the globe to do their job safely and properly, to believe in a flat earth, that's not a professional commercial pilot. That's an idiot waiting to get fired. You know? Yeah. I like that. You have to read that Tronald Dump voice. I like that Tronald Dump. Well, that's what he is. He's an absolute shithead. You know, he's a con man. He's a salesman. That's how he got into office because he bought his own way in, and that's what people like. We got a president who's willing to do whatever or pay his own way. We don't have to pay for it. That's the only reason he got in because he paid his own campaign out of his own pocket. Hmm. Let's see. We're going to live on a disc, a big, beautiful disc, the biggest disc that's ever been. And it's going to be beautiful. And we're going to make the lizard people pay for it. Yeah, you're right, Chris. That's exactly what he is. He's a game show host, and his entire term was just like a game show. although can't really figure out which game show it was, but whatever it was a game show. Yeah. Although I don't think Biden is all that much better. I think Biden is a little bit long in the tooth, and he seems to me always a little bit out of touch, or not really fully cognizant of everything that's going on around him. You know, I don't know. It's just kind of, yeah. No, I think Biden needs to go for sure. But who would you put in his place? That's the question. Like, I'm not American, so I don't really follow American politics. I really have no idea. But I'd still be wondering what kind of person would be next to replace Biden. You know, I really don't believe all this hype I'm hearing about Trump making a comeback. I sure hope not, because that would be the end of it for the U.S. Yeah, Zembilan. Yeah, I can see that. That's kind of the feeling I get. Yeah, he's senile is right. Let's see. Did you see that the Republican Cosa Nostra over there have brought in a law to allow them to lend money to their own election campaigns, then keep fundraising after they've elected or after they get elected to pay themselves back with interest for what they loaned to themselves? That's an interesting concept. And that's probably exactly what's going on. Like, I don't really know how it works over there, but you're probably not far off. That's probably exactly what's happening. So, let's see. Yeah. So it looks like I wonder if it's been so long now that we've been waiting for Elon Musk to launch that Starship. There are videos every friggin' day on testing this and testing that, and firing this and checking that, and putting up this and building that. And yet, I don't know if that thing's ever going to get off the ground. I mean, they got FAA approval, I guess, but now they got to do like a whole list of shit before they're allowed to actually fire the thing off. Let's see. Hello, Christian. Good to see you, my friend. Always good to see you. Let's see. As long as there are only two parties and the Republicans are blatant fascists, the Democrats don't have to be any good, just not quite so blatant corporate stooge, authoritarian fascists, and they win. Yeah, it's not like you have a whole lot of choice, do you? You can vote either one way or the other. And if both suck, well, I guess you're screwed. But if you don't vote, then you haven't got a right to bitch, right? You give up your right to say anything about anything. So, like it or not, you got to vote for one of them, you know? That's just the way it is. Don't look for a Republican to get elected anytime soon. No, I think Trump and Biden have pretty much done that in, or Trump, I should say. He's done them in for sure. Let's see, what's this? Starship? I prefer Jefferson Airplane, much less commercial. Yeah, you're right. Let's see what else we got. Your pal out. On the other side of the pond, Boris Johnson resigned as PM. Did he? I bet there's quite a few Brits that are happy about that, huh? Um, yeah, well, I can kind of understand why votership has gone down because I mean, doesn't matter what button you push, you're getting an asshole in the office, right? Um, but again, if you don't vote, if you don't exercise that right to choose one or the other, then whoever gets in, uh, you haven't got a word to say. You haven't got a right to bitch about anything because you didn't take the chance to vote and have your choice heard. Heavy metal tuba man. Is he? That sounds cool. Let's see. The problem is that single mistake that results in death would completely derail a private company in ways that government institutions would not. Yeah, you're right. And when it comes to especially when it comes to uh, this space technology, and I heard this said by Neil deGrasse Tyson in many of his speeches. These are things with such high cost and high risk that no corporate entity would be willing to take that risk because they can't justify it to their stockholders. You know, um, not until it's been done and tested and proven done safe that once the technology has been perfected, that's when corporations will get in and start using it. You know. Um, oh, well, that's great news. That's great news. Codified Roe versus Wade, protecting a woman's right to an abortion. That's fantastic, man. That overturning went too far. They I don't see where they got off thinking they had the right to do that. That's fantastic. Protect that right. Uh, Smart. Can you give a shout out to the Candy Queen now, please? She's watching now. Hello, Molly. How are you, dear? Nice to have you here. Go get some candy and send it to me. Candy Queen. Your Highness. Now, you and the fur boss keep your daddy in line, okay? Hello. Thanks for joining us, dear. Zebulon 181, they will also complain that your vote was flipped even if you did vote them. Yeah, but at least you voted, so you had the right to bitch, you know? Well, hello, Eddie. Nice to see you, my dear. Um, Always great to have you around. Let's see. Yes, there is so much that can go wrong so easily. Therefore, as you said, testing has to be at ridiculous levels for every component. Hence the holdup. Yeah, and I get it, but I'm sorry. The the FAA gave him the clearance, like they gave him the approval to launch, but they attached just a ludicrous list of things that he has to meet before he can actually push the button at a launch. I think there's like 75 items. Um, I mean, I'd love to see that thing go up. I think it's a triumph of human ingenuity if they get that thing up in orbit and actually doing what it was intended to do. However, there are some things about what he sees it doing that are frankly pipe dreams. Um, I don't think that we'll ever colonize Mars. Not going to happen. They're just, we have no feasible means of supporting and maintaining any kind of colony of any size on for an extended period or permanently. It's no, I don't see it happening. I really don't. Um, However, that's not to say that another millennium from now we don't. Who knows? The rate science is progressing. It could be sooner than we think, but not as soon as I think Elon claims or would like to see. Uh, well, at this moment, that's where it stands. He's allowed to build at Boca Chica, but not launch yet. Yeah, and that's exactly it. That's one of the 75 things they all have to check them off, and when they're all checked off and done, then the FAA will probably give them the go ahead. But it's there's so much that needs to be done, and it's people have been waiting for so long. Um, I hope he gets it done. I hope he gets it done quicker than he thinks he will. But there are a lot of Elon haters out there. I'm not gonna say that he's the greatest thing on earth. A lot of the debunkers like Thunderfoot, I agree with. However, at least Elon is trying to get something great going, you know, and yeah. What can I say? I'd like to see it happen. I really would. Uh, Whether we go to Mars or not, at least soon is trying and trying hard with his own money. Exactly my point. Exactly my point. I mean, give the man credit where credit is due. At least he's trying to accomplish something that would get the U.S. back on a solid footing, uh, in a position of leadership in the space industry. You know, because they're not there anymore. The JAXA and ASA and even the Chinese, they're catching up fast and even surpassing. So the U.S. needs to step up their game because they're following. They're in danger of lagging behind. Um, yeah, there is a race to put a permanent station on the moon, and hopefully I live long enough to see it happen. As long as it's for peace, I agree. I agree, Phil. Absolutely. Uh, I'm looking forward to that. As you, I hope to see it in my lifetime because the cool thing is that people like you and I will be among the very few in the world that can actually say that we were there for both the first moon landing and the second one. You know, uh, so yeah, absolutely, I'd love to see that happen all over again, and this time to stay. That would be so cool. You know, I mean, I was a boy with starry eyes and just totally caught up in the Apollo program. I saw every moon landing. I followed it religiously. I just that was my childhood, and to be able to see that all again with the Artemis missions, oh, that would be so incredible. Yeah. Hello, Tusk. Welcome, welcome. Good to see you, my friend. Bonjour, mon ami. Mon père habitait une pomme de terre. Ah, is that so? I hope he enjoyed it. Um, let's see. What is that? Elon Musk is going to turn out to be a James Bond villain. I wouldn't be surprised. I really wouldn't. Oh, but I don't think he'd go that far. Yeah, see, your dad lives on a potato or lives on potatoes. It depends on how you take it. Mm, we, we, we. Let's see. Rumor has it that Tusk is going to join the Girl Scouts and improve their brownie recipe. It's no rumor. All I know is that Girl Scouts or Girl Guides looking like Tusk come knocking on my door selling cookies. I'm calling the cops. Oh my God. Um, yeah, kick ass heat shielding. Cool. Um, yeah, bet. What's this? Habit, not habite. Il habite une pomme de terre. Il habite en pomme de terre. See? There you go. Ah, Bezos. That guy, I got, oh God. I don't know. That guy's like, he's a doofus. He's a douche. He's an absolute jack off. I hate that guy. And nothing about what he does sparks any kind of interest in me. I mean, he sent up his rocket or with people in it. You know, Musk had already done it twice by that time, I think. But he's become the butt of so many jokes. Bezos, the flying dildo. You know, whatever happened to his Richard? What? Richard shaped rockets? Huh? Are they made with real Girl Scouts? I don't think so. um, yeah, well, yeah, you're right. Bezos is a villain. Just look at the rocket shape. Exactly. He's he's Doctor Dildo. Yeah, Bezos, and that's what I'm going to call him from now on. Doctor Dildo. Doctor Dildo gives a flying fuck. Oh, I'm terrible. I am such a terrible guy. Absolute potato earth. Hmm. Cool, cool. Well, let's see what else we got going on in here. Let's see. If he wanted to make the world a better place, he'd run an electric fucking train through that tunnel. One robot driver, one motor, 100 passengers, no beeping, no fumes, no crashes. Well, you'd think that would be kind of just building a regular train underground. Um, we have a name for that. I think they're called metros. Nothing new there, buddy. uh, but it's an old idea that hyperloop. That's an old idea. That's been around since the 1920s, I think. And everybody who's tried to bring it to life just saw what a stupid idea it would be. It's hmm. Dad, take over. Oh, let's see. Yeah, he kind of seems that way whenever he gets on that hyperloop, and yeah, it's kind of like the monorail salesman in The Simpsons. Absolutely, monorail, monorail. Absolutely. Well, if you think about it, no matter how grand you make it sound, a vacuum train, although it sounds like a nice idea, yeah, it's just a stupid idea. It's absolutely stupid. Uh, what is the main source of foreign exchange in Vietnam? Um, I don't really know what you mean. Um, the most common foreign currency that people exchange here into Vietnamese currency is the U.S. dollar. That seems to be the highest exchange rate. But they'll take your Aussie dollars and convert them to Vietnamese dong as well. But as far as the main source of foreign exchange, I don't know. I don't really know what you mean. Um, but I'm not really very much into finances. You know, sorry, but yeah, most of the foreign currency that comes into the country comes in either through business or tourism, if that's what you're asking. Sorry, forgive my ignorance on financial matters. Mono do, mono do. Absolutely. Uh, let's see. I want to know where the airlocks are, how big they are, what are the fail safes are, how they evacuate the passengers after a breakdown, what happens if there's a fire. Well, those are all very good questions, and questions that unfortunately uh, there are no answers for, because, well, first of all, think of this. Think you got, imagine you've got a vacuum tube, okay, going from New York to Chicago. That's how many thousand kilometers in length? Can you imagine the power consumption required to evacuate the air and create the vacuum in that tube? It would need its own power station to generate the pumps required, or to drive the pumps required to evacuate the air and create a vacuum. First of all, okay. I mean, how long does it take NASA to evacuate the air out of their vacuum chamber? Days, days, maybe even weeks. It depends. So imagine the amount of pumps and power required to run those pumps just to make the vacuum. And then you need an airlock big enough to accommodate the entire Hyperloop train, however long that happens to be, so that people can get on it and enter the tube in one go. You know what I mean? Because there's no way there's just no way you're going to get one car in at a time um, efficiently and without hooking them together into a train, you know? Oh, what is the main industry or produce that brings money? Oh, okay. The number one is rice. Uh, we are, well, Vietnam has probably one of the largest rice exports in Asia. Um, there's also um, in the garment industry, a lot of the famous brand name garment uh, makers have their things made here. For example, a lot of the goods for Gucci and Pierre Cardin and many of the big brand names in fashion have their shirts and everything made here because labor is cheaper. So that's another major source of income. But at the moment, as far as natural or a domestic product, I would have to say agriculture, rice, coffee, exotic fruit, flowers, and other things of that nature. That would probably be the primary, as far as I know. Let's see. This okay. What do you want about? What do you want about? Uh, yeah. Yeah, no. No matter how you look at it, no matter how you try and break it down, no matter how you try to explain or come up with solutions to solve all the different problems, in the end, the cost is going to of building it versus the efficiency of running it. It's just a stupid idea from the word go. And not only that, in a system like a vacuum train, a hyperloop, a vacuum tube with something going through it at high speed. Number one, curves are going to be a problem. They're going to have to be so slow and gradual that they are safe. Secondly, the slightest, uh, um, how can I say, the slightest corruption of any of the seals anywhere, and that vacuum is toast. That's it. So unless you've got a perfect seal absolutely everywhere that cannot be compromised, it's just not a safe thing to be in. And that's just two of the things that I can think of. You know, not to mention fire. Because even though people argue, oh, well, you won't have to worry about fire. You're in a vacuum tube. There's no air for fire to burn. Well, what about the inside of the train where the people are? That's going to have to be pressurized with oxygen for them to breathe for the trip. There's plenty there to burn. And what do you do if that happens? There's absolutely no hope of escape because that compromises the seal, and that would cost you billions to fix, probably, or at least millions, putting the entire system out of commission for God knows how long. No, it's just a stupid idea from the word go. Drinking water, a scarce resource like the Southeast Asian nations. Yes, it's getting better, but I still don't recommend that you drink the tap water here. Don't. Unless you happen to be in a hotel, a very high, like five-star hotel or a fairly modern new building. Even then, I question it. Bottled water right now, even today, is the most common thing you'll see here. Everybody drinks bottled water. Yeah. No, they just don't have the infrastructure in place yet. But that's probably going to change, like everything else. It's better than it was, but still, I wouldn't. Okay, Tusk, what are you on about? I'd happily travel in one of those little pods that shops send cash. Oh yeah, I know those ones. Yeah, exactly. And that's basically what the Hyperloop would end up having to be efficient. In which case, you could probably only transport maximum a half a dozen people. And again, you have the same problems. Absolute 100% uncompromised seal at both ends, and yeah, massive amounts of resources to create and maintain that vacuum, as in power plants and pumps. It'd be cool though. Off you go. Although by the time you got to the other end, you'd be a puddle at the bottom of the tube. Um, well, you could say that. Don't know unless we try, but they have tried on a small scale. It turned out to be a joke. Um, it's not worth trying, is what I'm saying, Peter. It's not worth trying. Um, oh yeah. Thank you, Christian. I caught your play on words. Hairway to Stephen. Yeah, or Stefan. Mm. hmm Sable Eagle says, "Here's a better project than a Hyperloop. Start at the lowest point of the poorest neighborhood in New Orleans. Move a few families out into hotels, demolish their homes, and rebuild them." Um, yeah, that would be definitely be a much better way to spend the money, and it would actually end up helping people rather than just being a flashy, media grabbing waste of money on some stupid idea that's never going to come to fruition. Yeah. Let's see. Uh, the cost would be ridiculous on a large scale. The engineering does not add up. You're absolutely right, Phil. You're absolutely right. It's just not a viable plan. And I don't think it ever will be. I think we'd sooner see hover cars than we see a hyperloop. And their hover cars are another bad idea, or flying cars. Stupid. Stupid. Just won't happen. You're right. It's just not worth it. Hmm. Let's see here. Sable Lesson. Move a family back into the first one built, move another family out into the hotel, knock down another house, build up another tall house, and keep going along. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That would be a great way to spend the money, and that would certainly change the lives of a lot of people. You know, if you want to blow cash on something, some that much cash on something as stupid as a hyperloop, man, why don't you make a difference in a lot of people's lives? I think it's a great idea. I wouldn't be so bad to see it all. Let's see what Tusk has to say. The best way for us to spend his money would be to buy me a new PC that can render 5K footage. I'm in. I'll take one of those. Absolutely, for sure. Yeah. Let's see. They could have a cable car system with carriages mimicking the classic streetcar designs too. Well, then just why not build a streetcar, right? You can make the new modern trams look retro, if that's what you really want to do. Yeah. No, there's just that too many engineering problems that can't be solved, and too many unknowns to ever consider it safe enough for widespread implementation. You know, and really, the cities that have trams or metros are by far more efficient, and they've been doing Montreal, for example, where I grew up. Uh, they've had a metro since 1960s, you know, and it's one of the best metros in the world. Efficient as hell. I can get to almost any part of the city I need to, where I can catch a bus to the final destination from whatever station I get off. It's fast, it's efficient, it's not expensive. I mean, when it comes down to it, when you look at the Montreal metro system, you're basically looking at a better version of a hyperloop without the vacuum tube and all the safety issues and the engineering problems. You know, I mean, yeah. Let's see, Clive. Hello, Clive. Good to see you, buddy. Welcome, welcome. Musk is now on the hook for $1 billion for defrauding on his promise to buy Twitter. Did he defraud, or was that whole thing just a puff of smoke from the word go? Hmm. Um, let's see. We already have hover cars, by the way. Check out the Robinson R44 Raven too. Yeah, I know. I know. I've seen that. It's a prototype. There's several of them. But the, the point is, for everybody to trade in the regular vehicle for one of those and move into a futuristic flying car society, can you imagine the death toll in the first week of people having their own flying cars? Traffic would be, uh, how do you control it? How do you stop people from just go flying off in whatever direction they want without interfering with international air traffic? Uh, without really knowing how to operate a flying vehicle. Everybody would need a pilot's license before they could even get one. You know, it'd be impossible to control, at least on the ground where you've got traffic lights and traffic signals and roads with intersections. And oh God, I shudder to think what our skies and our cities would look like if flying cars became a thing. Yeah, exactly, Tusk. You would be a menace, just like the 100 billion people or whatever, the 9 billion people, other people on the planet. If we all had flying cars, we'd be killing ourselves off like crazy. I'd be a menace too. Anybody would be. The only people who would drive them safely are commercial airline pilots who do it for a living in things that are actually made to fly properly. You know, uh, Musk makes bids to influence share prices to his advantage. Yeah, and that to me is, there's something shady about that. And if he's being taken to task on that, then I agree absolutely. Pay up, buddy. Okay, let's see. Um, he made a formal offer to buy at $52 a share. They are currently trading at 38. So he would suffer a huge loss if he went ahead. Anyway, he cannot raise the finance. Well, there you go. So maybe He knew that going in and was hoping that his offer would boost shares to the point where he could sell off or buy up Twitter and then have all that revenue. Again, I'm not sure how all that stuff works. It's beyond me. So it's quite likely illegal. Yeah. He's being sued for billions for manipulating Dogecoin. Huh. Makes you wonder, hey? Makes you wonder. Makes you wonder. Anyways, I'm kind of running out of things to say. Let's see what flat earthers will be dipping the nose of their flying cars. Yeah, exactly. Or trying to take it all the way up so they can see the horizon is flat. Not realizing that you need pressurization and oxygen to go up that high. Oh man. Common Sense Skeptic has a great series on debunking Musk. Yeah, he does. Common Sense Skeptic and Thunderfoot. They knocked the crap out of that guy. You know, I mean, I don't have a problem with the. I'll be upfront. I don't have a problem with him having these ideas and all that he's doing for the space program. But all the rest of it is just a bunch of crap. It's stupid ideas, things that just never work. Yeah, no, there's not going to be a spot the goat for a while there, your pal Al. That's really part of on the flip side, and that's on hiatus until Krafty is back in action. But once the flip side is back, we'll be doing the spot the goat again, for sure. But for now, I'm just kind of filling in with the real reason because Krafty is away, and I don't want you guys to be left out. I unfortunate the last minute had to cancel last week. I didn't want to, but I had to. But that's why I'm here. Just kind of keep it going until Krafty's back. See, the R44 has an interesting problem. 140 miles per hour if you're on your own. 110 if you have your mates with you hanging out the sides and whooping. It rolls over and falls out of the sky. Yeah. The idea of what's that? I can't remember the name of the planet in Star Wars. It's one giant city. Or even that movie, The Fifth Element. That shit's just never going to happen. There's just no way to make that safe in any stretch of the imagination. You won't need police radar guns to catch the speed fools. Yeah, you just need to scrape them off the roads, fields, playgrounds, rooftops, wherever they come down. Exactly. Yeah, that's it. Coruscant. Planet Coruscant. Yeah, that shit's never going to happen. No way. I don't care what anybody says. Oh, man. Well, guys, we're just about out of time. We only got 5 minutes left. I did make it the whole hour and a half. I hope it wasn't too boring for you. Didn't have a whole lot to talk about, but I did want to do the stream just to kind of keep things going. So thanks for everybody for coming out. If there's any last minute things you want to pop in the chat, let me know, and I'll get them up, and we'll talk about them. Let's see. I assume Krafty will be naming her kid after me. She says she never ruled it out. Well, we'll have to wait and see what she announces when she's ready to announce. Has anyone here been asked about the godparents? No, not me. And I don't know if anyone else has been. Although I'm not sure she's into that. I don't know. I really don't know. Steaming Cup of Reason. Yeah. The Independence Building looks great. What do they do in there? Is it? Yes, it was the presidential palace, the presidential residence of the president of South Vietnam during the war and prior to the war. And you'll see a lot of pictures where when the North Vietnamese took over Saigon and the president evacuated by helicopter, that square rooftop that you see is where that helicopter picked him up. And yeah, so now it's a tourist attraction. It's been renamed Independence Palace. But at that time, during the war and prior to the war, it was the presidential residence, exactly like the White House. It was the seat of government in South Vietnam. Darth Vader is Luke's father. Luke, I am your father. Not boring at all. Oh well, okay. Well, that's cool. I'm glad you enjoyed it. How about Spot the Jeff? He's right there. Oh man, you're funny, Chris. You really are. You're funny. You win. You can be on the show with me next week. Yeah, so I think we're gonna call it for today. But thank you all for coming out. I'm really glad that you came. I'm glad I was actually able to do this week. And I guess I'll see you again next week. And remember, this week is no Pain of Progress. It's bi-weekly. So next week, after this coming Friday, the Friday next, will be episode 2 of the Pain of Progress. So everybody, look out for that. And please comment. Leave your comments. The more comments, the better. And like and share and all that good stuff. It's really going to help me out. Okay, so that's it, folks. Thank you all for coming. Have yourself a great day or night or afternoon, and we'll catch you all next week. Johnny O, finger guns, baby. I like when he does that. So yeah, we'll see you all next week, and have a good night. Bye, everybody. Thank you.